Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Thank you so much, Alexis, and also Z and Mary. And yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this Mindful Snowy Monday. And the most important thing for our time together is that you are comfortable. So if you would like to lie down, or if you just want to be seated somewhere where you're comfortable, that is absolutely your personal choice or preference. So of course, please feel free to readjust your position as needed during the program. I always like to remind my participants that there is no right way or wrong way, that there is only your way. And my hope and intention for our time together is to provide you with some very simple exercises and tools that you can apply in your daily lives whenever you need them, when you need a moment to pause, a moment to yourself, a moment to connect with your breath, to slow down, to get centered, because it is so easy to get swept away by all the things that are happening externally and also sometimes internally for us. So our mindfulness practice helps us to return to the here and now and to be present. And we will explore different tools and techniques today because we're all different. Everybody has a different preference. Everybody responds to things differently. So I'd like to present a variety of different tools for you so that you can maybe then choose one or two that you would like to continue practicing. And as we get started, I would just like to invite you to take a moment to check in with yourself and just ask yourself and notice how you're feeling right now in this very moment without any judgment. I will ask you again at the end of your program how you're feeling so that we have something, just to gauge it by and just to notice the shift that has happened within you during our time together. And again, there's no right way or wrong way. There's only your way and no judgment here. So as we get started, I would like to start with the stop exercise. And just think of a stop sign. Visualize a stop sign right in front of you. Because it is an invitation for us to stop doing whatever we're doing right now. Maybe also to stop thinking about whatever we're thinking right now. And just taking a moment to, as the S in stop says, to stop. To take a breath and just observe your breath right now. You're breathing in through your nose, you're breathing in through your mouth, and just observe for a moment where your air is traveling. As you inhale longer than your exhale, or your exhale longer than your inhale. Just observe. And after that, for the P, we will proceed. So whenever you see a stop sign in your daily life, in your everyday, We cannot avoid them, so that is great. Maybe that is a great reminder for you just to take a breath and to observe. Take those 2 seconds to stop and just connect with yourself. And now we're going to explore our 5 senses. And first, we will engage with our sense of seeing. And I invite you to look around where you are in your environment and to identify 5 different things that you're seeing. And maybe take special note of one item or one object that stands out to you or that brings you joy, because we may want to get back to it later. So just take a moment to look around your environment, where you are, identify 5 things that you're seeing. And then maybe picking one that you find especially pleasing or that stands out for you. Just going to give you a few more moments to do that. And now let us proceed to a sense of touch. And just, on your body or in your immediate surface, find 4 different kind of textures that you can touch, and just notice them. Notice their difference. And by touching each different kind of surface, just lingering long enough to find very simple ways, maybe 3 words that describe the surface. And then maybe return to the one texture or surface that felt the most comfortable for you, and just stay there for a few moments. Just enjoying the way this item or this object or this texture feels for you under your hands. And just for a few more moments, keeping your focus on this texture. Now gently moving on to the sense of hearing. What are 3 different kinds of sounds that you can identify in your environment where you are right now? My voice is not one of them. Choosing one of these sounds and staying with it for a few moments. And now, very gently bringing your focus and your attention to your sense of smell. What are two different kinds of scents or two different kinds of smells that you can identify right here, right now, where you are? And I give you a few moments to do so. And for the last sense, let's connect with your sense of taste. What is one taste that you can identify right now? What are you tasting right now? And just taking a moment, if that taste is your morning coffee or your morning tea, just to return back to this moment where you were holding your cup. Maybe you can visualize the cup that you held this morning. Maybe you can feel the warmth or the coolness of the cup in your hands. Taking a moment to connect with the scent of the coffee or the tea. Remembering how it tasted like when you took a sip. Maybe just spending a moment in gratitude for all the people who made it possible to bring this cup of coffee or tea to you this morning. Starting with the people who picked the leaves or the beans. Help to wash them, process them. Prepare them for the journey. To the shelf where you bought it from. Taking a moment to thank the hands that filled the shelves. Person at the register, maybe. Maybe taking a moment to wish them well as you wish yourself well. as we bring our attention very and gently to our breath. And if you like, you can close your eyes now if you haven't done so already. It helps me to go focus inwards, to tune in a little bit more. So this is why I'm going to close my eyes now. And just notice how your breath is traveling, as we did at the very beginning of our time together. If your breath is coming in through your nose or through your mouth. Is your inhale longer than your exhale, or your exhale longer than your inhale? And just take a moment to follow your breath as the air is coming in through your nose, traveling down your nose, into your throat, down your chest, down into your lower abdomen. Remembering that every inhale is an invitation to receive oxygen, support, energy, life force. And that every exhale is an invitation to let go, to release, to create more space in your system for all this goodness to come in to your body. And that's why I invite you to make your exhales longer than the inhales. And if it helps, you can count to 5 as you're inhaling slowly and deeply through your nose, down your throat, into your chest, all the way down to your belly. And then count to 6 or 7 or 8 as you exhale generously. And just find your own rhythm, what feels right and good for you. So you're inhaling slowly and deeply to the count of 5, through your nose, all the way down into your belly. And then exhaling to the count of 6 or 7 or more. Find your own rhythm. And let's practice this together for 10 cycles. Inhaling 10 times, slowly and deeply to the count of 5, all the way down into your belly. And then exhaling generously to the count of 6 or 7 or more. And I'm going to be quiet for this time so I can join you in this practice. Then after the next cycle, just letting go of the counting. Now we're giving the mind something else to focus on. And we will pair some words with your breath. We will start with I am, inhaling to I, and exhaling to am. And let's explore this for a few moments, finding your own rhythm. Inhaling to I, exhaling to am. Still trying to make the exhales longer than the inhales. And now we're going to add 2 more words to our exercise. And we will breathe into I, exhale to am, inhale to here, exhale to now. So the focus sentence is I am here now. And we pair it with our breath. Inhaling to I, exhaling to am, inhaling to here, exhaling to now. Let's practice this together for a few moments. And if you like, you can place your hands on your stomach, letting them gently rest there. As you continue with this exercise of breathing into I, exhaling to am, inhaling to here, and exhaling to now. If you so choose, you can let go of the words, or you can continue to use them. That's your personal preference. And just taking a moment to feel your hands on your stomach. And just notice the gentle rising and falling as you're breathing. Feeling the texture of your clothing underneath your palms. Maybe feeling a sense of warmth from the touch. Maybe feeling your fingertips touching. As you gently bring your awareness to the back of your hands and the difference in temperature between the back of your hands and the palms of your hands. Maybe you can even feel the air move on your hands. Making your hands your focus point. As you are right now, literally connecting with your center. Maybe taking a moment to check in with your shoulders and see how they're doing, if you can soften them a little bit more. As you're strengthening your connection with your core and your center. And just staying there for a few more moments in quiet. And if you so choose, you can leave your left hand where it is, or you can bring it up to your chest, keeping your right hand where it is. And I call this the centering position. And just like we did with the hands on the belly, just noticing the touch of your hand on your chest if you have your hand there. Noticing the gentle rising and falling of your breath. Connecting with the texture and the fabric of your clothing underneath your hands. Maybe noticing a sense of warmth as your hand stays there longer. Bringing your attention to the back of your hand, just notice the difference in temperature between the back of your hand and the palm of your hand. Maybe you can even feel the air move. Let's just stay here for a while, for a few moments. And if your mind needs something additional to focus on, you can bring your focus back to the I am here now technique. Inhaling to I, exhaling to am, inhaling to here, exhaling to now. And we're going to stay here for a few moments, practicing this at our own pace. Letting your hands stay where they are, or letting them fall back to your stomach or wherever they would like to go. And just resting here for a minute or two. Then when you're ready, very slowly and gently open your eyes and returning your gaze to the object or item that you chose at the beginning of our time together. when we were connecting with the 5 senses, and I asked you to look at 5 different things in your environment. So let's return to the one item, object that stood out the most for you, that maybe brings you a feeling of joy. And from this place of presence and centeredness, let's now focus on this particular object or item for a few moments. Stay with it. Notice the shape, the form, the colors, the textures. Notice how this makes you feel. Connecting with why it is standing out for you, why it is generating a sense of pleasure or joy. And taking a moment to connect with this object or item. Maybe taking a moment to express gratitude to this item or object, that it is part of your life, that it is part of your home. And maybe there are 4 other things that you can express gratitude for in your environment right here, right now. And then if it feels right for you, very slowly and gently bring back some movement by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe doing some shoulder rolls. Some stretching. Nodding your head very slowly and gently. Yes. Maybe a very gentle no. Maybe doing some stretching, whatever feels good for your body right here, right now. As we are slowly and gently beginning the process of transitioning back into our daily lives. But we're not quite done yet. We still have some time, but some movement is good. Maybe taking a couple of deep inhales, some big exhales, making some sounds if it feels comfortable. And next exercise will be a little bit more interactive. If we were to be in person, we would sit in a circle at the library, as we have done in the past. I don't know if you have joined me in the years that we were able to do that. And I call the next exercise joy from A to Z. So by using the alphabet, identifying what brings you or what in general brings joy. And if we were in person, we would go around a circle, and each person would then, based on the letter that we're on, say what brings them joy. So if you like, and if you feel comfortable, you can just unmute and just let us know what it is. So I will start with A, and what brings me joy with A, and that is apples. So if you would like to join me and unmute and share with us what brings you joy with B, that starts with the word B, just feel free to unmute and share this with us. And then we will go and continue with each letter until we reach the letter Z.
Books for B.
Thank you. And who would like to share what with the letter C?
See, I have to hog this one up. C for cats.
Thank you. And what about D? What brings joy starting with D?
Gotta be dogs if you're gonna do cats.
And what about E, starting with the word E? What brings joy with the word E?
Energy.
Thank you. And what about F? What brings joy with the word F?
Food.
Frankfurters.
Thank you. And what about the letter G? What brings joy with the letter G?
Gold.
And what about the letter H?
Rose.
And the letter I?
Independence.
And the letter J?
Guests.
Jack in the Box. Yeah.
And what about K?
Yeah.
What about K? What brings joy with the letter K?
Kangaroos.
And the letter L?
Laughing.
And what about M?
Milk.
And N?
Money.
Mhm. And moving on to the letter N.
Nose.
And what about O?
Openness.
And now Q. No, sorry, I forgot P. What about P?
Politeness.
Anybody else have something with P?
Peony flowers.
And now we get to the letter Q. So what can bring joy with the letter Q?
For me, it would be Queen, my Pomeranian.
Okay.
Big Pomeranian.
Yes. And R. Who would like to share what brings joy with the letter R?
Reading.
Thank you. And what about S?
Silence.
Thank you. And T.
T.
What about the word you? What about with the letter U?
Unicorns.
Oh, yes, unicorns. And starting with the letter V.
Victory.
W.
Winning.
Thank you. And X.
Xylophone.
Ooh. And
think-
Y.
Yes.
What about the letter Y?
Yawning.
Morning. And Z. And we're ending with the letter Z.
Z brings us joy.
She does. She does. Thank you for participating in this. So when it's hard for you to look for joy, you can go through the A to Z exercise by yourself, maybe with a sheet of paper or another person. But also if you're having, if you're stuck and you feel like, it's hard to find something to be grateful for, you can also practice the same exercise for gratitude from A to Z. So it's really nice, fun way to redirect the attention. And as a recap for the exercises that we did together, so just to name them again so that you know what we did. We started with the stop exercise. So whenever you see a stop sign, just take a moment to stop, to take a breath, and to observe before you proceed. The other exercise was connecting with your 5 senses, noticing 5 things that you see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 that you can taste. We focused on our breath with what I call the 5-8 breathing, inhaling slowly and deeply to the count of 5. Exhaling to 8. We then explored pairing our breath with words using I am here now. Inhaling to I, exhaling to am, inhaling to here, exhaling to now. We brought some touch into the mix, added our hands to our belly as we were doing the exercise, and then alternated into the centering position, leaving the right hand on the belly and the left hand on the chest. And then we focused on a few moments of gratitude before we went into our joy exploration. So I thank you all so much for joining me this morning for this program, and we have a few minutes left. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. But before you leave and proceed with your day, just take another moment to check in with yourself and notice how you're feeling right now. And just go back to almost an hour ago, how you felt almost an hour ago before we started our time together, and notice the shift, how you're feeling now. Okay, so thank you. So if you have any questions or any comments, then please feel free to unmute.
We got
I
a
just
quiet bunch.
say thank you. It was really, I was looking forward to this today. This is Deborah. Thanks again. It's been a while. I remember when we had you before, it was great. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you very much. It
Oh.
was very good. I feel calm.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're so welcome.
And enjoy your day.
Thank you, you too.
Anybody else have anything they want to share? People are private chatting me. They say, Andrea, thank you so much for coming back and touching base with us this quarter. It's really nice to have you back.
Thank you. It's really nice to be with you again.
Somebody is asking in the chat, have you thought about still doing like the CD or the book?
Well, I do have some. Well, the good thing is, we have the recordings of our time together on the YouTube, right? On the Yonkers Library YouTube.
Yes.
So that's the alternative that we have. And I also have some guided meditations on my YouTube channel. So that's the closest I would get to that.
Yes. Can you put that in the chat, please, for people? I think that would be helpful.
Yes, I think if you just, I think you just have to enter in the search function Thrive Reiki, then
In YouTube?
yes, and then I have a 20-minute grounding and centering meditation on there, and I also have a 9-minute how to tune into your body meditation on there,
Okay.
and yes, and I think something else too. So yeah,
That's great. So there are resources out there for everybody to access and use. If we don't have Andrea live, we can still get her in different formats. So that's really good. We really want to say thank you to the NORC for helping make this program possible, to the library staff, and also to Andrea to be open, because it's not always that we can make sure that schedules coordinate. So I'm very grateful that she was able to make it work for us.
thank you.
So is there anything else we'd like to say before we take leave of each other?
No,
You've got any
I'll just
final
just
tips
happy
for us?
holidays.
All right, yes, happy holidays is a good one. And, and remember that you just have to breathe, right? Andrea is very big on breathing. So anytime anything is frazzling you, just regroup and breathe. Correct, Andrea?
Absolutely. And, and just, what you can also say, and to remind yourself, if it helps, something as simple as may I be well. And you can use it throughout the day, just as a reminder, may I be well. Or as you encounter other people, and especially people who challenge you, then extend that sense of kindness to them too, by wishing them well too. So silently maybe saying, may you be well, to somebody else too.
Yeah, that's important. I think that for others as well as ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Andrea. We really, really appreciate everyone spending the time and taking the time, because time is precious. That's a gift. So the gift of the hour together, we are very, very grateful for. So
Yes.
if everybody can remember that, like just to pause, and that, any attention and time that you spend with people is really, really important and could make a really big difference. What could be really simple from your point of view could mean the world to someone else. So I do want to say that, because in this time of difficulties of people, being alone and a hard time of year, it's important that we support each other. So thank you, Andrea, for supporting us. Thank you, NORC, for supporting us. And thank you, Wellness Community.
And thank you all for giving yourself this gift to yourself, and to give yourself the time for yourself. That is really very precious.
All right, everyone, be well, stay well till we meet again.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis from NORC. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.